Hurricane season heats up in August, and for this month on the road, we're doing Awareness August here from Ventnor. We're at the Downbeach community meeting talking all about emergency management, weather, and hurricanes.
Will, and as you've seen in the past, the governors have issued those evacuation warnings long before the county would even happen. If the state says to evacuate, that means all the way down to Ventnor. Ventnor doesn't have to say the order of evacuation. The governor always does. If the governor does not, and the county does.
People calling in the last few, day or so, right around the evacuation beforehand, saying, "I'm leaving, thank goodness, but where I'm going to the hotel or to drop my dog at a kennel on the mainland, and he's not up to date on his vaccine." So, even for your indoor kitties who never ever go outside, this is that situation where you probably should make sure you're getting to Margate or Ventnor, or even just doing the rabies clinics to have a rabies vaccine, so that if you ever have to get the heck out of town, you aren't going to get told you can't go somewhere.
And the last thing you want to put on there is your allergies. Allergies to meds, allergies to food. You can get as low tech as a piece of paper, have everything written down. You could be ambitious and type everything, or you can download it onto a USB. Or what I like to say, all the above. Don't have just one. Diana talked about having your information in your shoe. Maybe put all that information in your shoe. Have another copy on your front door. Have another copy on the refrigerator. Have another copy by your bed. On your TV screen. I've been in EMS for 15 years, and in true medical emergencies, having that information is vital and saves time too. We can just grab that piece of paper and go. Famous directives. You don't have time to go through your whole living will. How long is a living will? Important documents is a DNR or a post. Also give that information and talk to your next of kin. So if I have to call a family member, what are your wishes? I think there's nothing worse than I call your next of kin. They're like, no, I don't know. They have some problems with their heart. They take cardiac medications. That's all I can really tell you. And it doesn't really do us much good.
$1 store for a first aid kit. You can get there. I've walked through the dollar store, and in my mind, I have made a to-go bag or any other thing to get you through. There's food, light sticks, matches, lighters, all kinds of good things. But you want to think of Band-Aids, gauze, roll gauze, ice packs, any pain relievers that you take, and antibiotic cream and tape. Pretty much all your basics that you would need, or anything that you would need for your particular ailment that you have.
We helped during Puerto Rico, we helped during Irma, we helped during Houston Center Point with Harvey. These are all events that, I think everybody said it, people didn't heed the warnings. Hundreds died in each one of these events. Houston, I actually saw the aftermath myself. I grew up in Atlantic City, Ocean City area. People said they never saw water at all. They got 6 to 9 feet. So I live in Bargain Town now. I've never had water there, or it says never get water. I'm only 6 feet above sea level, so 9 feet, it's 3 feet from my house. So just don't ever use that example. My mom's been in Ocean City, she's 70 years old, Ocean City, never had water. You're gonna get water at some point. So heed the warning, evacuate when necessary.
The most important thing is if you smell natural gas when you come back to your home, to leave immediately, call us, and or call 911. Most importantly, if you think that there's an imminent threat, then of course call 911. But you can call us immediately. There's a 24-hour number. And these are back on the Ventnor OEM table. And I suggest everyone takes one of these home with them. It goes over everything if you do in fact smell gas and what to do. Leave immediately, and once you're in a safe area, call your cell phone. Call with your cell phone or a neighbor's phone, because cell phones can create a spark, and the last thing you want is a spark of natural gas is leaking. Don't try to detect where it's coming from. If you smell it, leave immediately.
So, if you look real close, South Jersey is right there about 20. Now, my question is, does anybody know when the last time we had a landfalling hurricane in New Jersey? Anybody want to give it a shot?
October 29, 2012.
That is incorrect, actually. So Sandy was not a hurricane when it made landfall. It's something called a post-tropical cyclone. That doesn't matter. Not really, because Sandy had, of course, immense impacts that we all talked about so far today. So, looking at our tropical history, what I did was I took Ventnor and I went about 50 nautical miles out from Ventnor. Jim, do you know how far 50 nautical miles is in miles? I don't. It's about 60, I think. It's about 60-ish. So what we're looking at here, everywhere you see the paths are either tropical storms or hurricanes and their paths. So if you'll look at Sandy, which would be that one that was kind of yellow until it got to Atlantic City and then turned green. Green means it's no longer a hurricane. And then Irene is the one that kind of went more southwest to northeast, just skirting the coast there. So this has been since 1842. And then what I did for the next slide was take out the tropical storms and just the hurricanes that were nearby. You can see there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see where we're at so far. So 5 major storms. We're at Aaron now. That's E in the alphabet. We go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so on and so forth. 2 hurricanes and no major hurricanes. And they're about the same here. So we look at hurricanes. Colorado State just pegs it at a number. NOAA gives a range. About 7 hurricanes. 2 major hurricanes, which are category 3 or greater. And that is generally about what the seasonal average is for here in the Atlantic. You kind of have to look at other factors to see where our hurricane season is and has been going, or will be going, excuse me. And the one thing I'm looking at, and we have been looking at, are the Bermuda High. And this is about, and these are pretty much streamlines or winds, this is for today, for the Atlantic Hurricane Basin. And this is about 5,000 feet up, so in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. We have a high pressure system that's located pretty much right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. What that does is kind of brings a strong stream of winds. If you kind of see those greens move from Africa west all the way to Puerto Rico, what that does is suppresses the storm south. The hurricanes can't cut through that ribbon of those greens or yellows that you have there, and as a result, any systems that do come off of Africa stay south. And the closer to South America you stay, this is about 10 degrees. It really formed until it got close to the Antilles because it couldn't develop in that area where those red arrows are. Now, it does give it a little bit of wiggle room once it gets out of those greens and yellows right about Hispaniola and to Cuba to make some room to the north and west. That is exactly what is happening with Dorian. So we've seen that for about 2 months, and we're still looking to keep that for at least.
This is the Atlantic Basin. This is where they make the forecast every year. The Atlantic Basin is the tropical Atlantic, Gulf of Mexico, and then there's the Caribbean. So when you hear that forecast out of Colorado, also know that's what they're talking about. Not everything just piling up in one area. The other thing, this keeps hurricanes from developing. It's called dust. Look at the dust that's coming off the coast of Africa. These are aerosols. This is a picture from NASA. What it done?
Nothing happened down here. So that's why when the call went out for Sandy, people looked at Irene and said, nothing happened, so I'm not going to go with Sandy. Now, the first evacuation I can recall here, and it was voluntary, it was 1985, and it was Hurricane Gloria. If you recall, everybody evacuated north of the casinos, south of the casinos, but nobody evacuated the west. Then the mandatory one came, and that was Irene. That was east of Route 9. I evacuated, took my family to Galloway Township. I stayed at the police station. And then when Sandy came, it was just Maryland. But here's the thing. We do very good. If the people listen to evacuations, we do very, very good because we evacuate every Sunday in the summertime. You didn't know that. Every Sunday, we're bumper to bumper going back. And we're getting pretty good at it. So here's a study that comes out. Irene and Sandy were compared to our evacuations on a regular Sunday, and we found out there was no difference. Had the same choke point, had the same accidents, and the key to it all was emergency managers. Like Jake said, the call for evacuation is turning out to be far worse than what the evacuation itself turns out to be.
All right, so we just wrapped up with the hurricane meeting here, and joining with me is the coordinator of it all, Donna Peterson. She is the OEM chief here in Ventnor. Donna, tell me first, how much time you put into this and what you thought of it.
It's getting bigger and bigger every year that we do it, which I'm very happy about. I'm just sad that the community doesn't come out for this. They don't take to heart the fact that they don't prepare themselves for what's coming, because I think their mindset is that they feel it's not going to happen to them. And I think that's why people don't come out. I mean, we have great presenters. I mean, we had the two of you, which I can't ask for.
She's just saying that.
But basically, I think a lot of people feel it's not going to happen to them, and they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and like you said, with the people who came here, we had South Jersey Gas, AC Electric, Ventnor, Longport, Margate. We got Jim over here from Absecon. We got County. Go ahead, you can name them all.
County was here, and let me just say, Karen Koptic and Jake Lees, who's our deputy coordinator, he is amazing, because we just have to take care of our municipality, and Jim will understand this. He takes care of Absecon, I take care of Ventnor. Well, Jake, he has to take care of 23 municipalities. So anytime we have a question, that's 23 of us calling him saying, I need this, or can you help me with that? And he always will stop what he's doing and help us. I mean, it's amazing, and I can't thank him enough.
Jim, tell me about your relationship with the county, since you are OEM coordinator for Absecon, and you're relatively new again. You were Absecon OEM coordinator before, and now you're back for round 2.
Well, I've actually been in contact with these guys and worked with them for 35 years, emergency management. And the transition from leaving the weather service to emergency management, I didn't think I could do it, because these people are special. First responders are special. You know, firemen, EMTs, public works, police, they're the ones who are the real heroes when you have a storm. A weatherman being an emergency management coordinator, I have a lot to learn, but I have a lot of good people to learn from. So, like Donna, she's been in it for many years. So, the thing about emergency management, Joe, we know the weather. You know the weather, I know the weather to a point. Emergency managers have to get it much sooner than the public does, in order to get things rolling, to make sure the public is safe.
Yeah, and talk about Sandy, because you usually bring up to me a good example of how far out the storm was when you had to make that decision to evacuate or start making plans.
Oh, you have to, believe it or not, as far as evacuations, if you were to do a reverse lane strategy or try to get, say, nursing home and hospitals out of here, if it looked like a serious threat, you're talking, and the storm's 1,500 miles away, down in Puerto Rico. And now if you see this cone with Dorian, and move that cone up to New Jersey, if that cone was over New Jersey today as a Category 3 making landfall, this place would be leaving. There wouldn't be anything here. People would be leaving. The emergency management community would be getting people out of harm's way. The nursing homes would be taken care of. So it's very, very important to follow the weather, follow the forecast, work with the National Hurricane Center. We do that very well. And the nice thing, one of the interesting things, Joe, is there have been, I think, 11 directors of the National Hurricane Center. 9 of them have walked the beaches of New Jersey. That shows you how significant New Jersey is because of its population. So, but emergency management, I learned many years ago, they don't get the information soon enough, and that's what they need to make sure everybody is safe.
Jim, thanks. And Donna, any final thoughts here as we wrap up for tonight?
And I thank Donna. She's been holding my hand for many years. So.
No, and Donna's been great helping me as well with other articles and videos, etc. But wrapping up here, could you boil it down to kind of one point to take home, and maybe give a little preview for why everyone should come next year?
Basically, preparation. Everyone needs to prepare a go kit. ICE, your emergency contact information. That's essential. If you can have copies or put it on a thumb drive and keep it with you, it makes things much easier. And if we tell you to evacuate, please do that. So we'll have community information, and we're at different events. So not just this one, but we can build on this, and hopefully people will come out next year.
Donna, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Jim, thank you. Thanks again to Donna and Jim for taking the time out to talk with us, and of course, everybody who came out to the Downbeach community meeting. We hope to see you next year in 2020. Until then, take care.